that are struggling, why they tend to congregate down there. Well, that's where the social services are.
Yeah,
I mean, they don't have cars. They can't travel here, there, and everywhere to go to different, the social housing office or where they need to go.
Yeah.
So, of course, they're going to live there, and that's where they're going. That's going to be their hub.
Yeah, and that really is one of the core reasons why. It doesn't make sense to take someone who needs a support system, somewhere where you can't get it. You can't, in Oshawa, you can't put it up at Conlin and Ritson or something like that.
Yeah.
Nothing against that neighborhood and that part of the city, but it's nominally served by public transit. And then it's also got, very few amenities in general, even everyday amenities that anyone would use, much less social service amenities that are there to help support people who need supports and to potentially give them a leg up so that they can get to whatever that next improved stage is in life. So
Now, we're back to the ward system. Was that a good thing?
Yeah, I think so. I think every system of democracy is going to have its pluses and its minuses. There is no perfect system, but in municipal politics, what we've heard over the last 8 years in Oshawa, which has been the time period when we did a bit of a test drive of the at-large system, what we were hearing from residents was people saying, "I've got an issue and I don't know who to phone." Maybe they've already tried the usual channels to figure something out, whatever it is that would be dealt with on a municipal government level, and that's part of what your elected representatives are there for. When you run into that wall and you don't know what to do at that point, you can pick up the phone or you can email someone. And the biggest struggle for a lot of people was I didn't know who to email, or I emailed everyone.
Right.
And then maybe because everyone got the email, they assumed maybe somebody else replied to it, and then it just went unanswered. So.
Or you got responses and you had to explain your issue over and over again, right? It's like you were almost starting from scratch.
Yeah. So it's, there are a few advantages to an at-large system, but I think on the balance, the ward system is the better way to go. And and certainly, residents had a period of time to try it out, and in the referendum question in 2014, there was a resounding yes to switch back to the wards. It was 70% in favor of it. So.
Now, you ran in 2014.
I did, yeah.
How was it different this time around, or what did you experience in 2014 that helped you in 2018?
Well, in terms of how the experience was different, in 2014, I was trying to reach the entire city.
Right.
So a city of, at that time, probably somewhere around 160,000 maybe in population. And to put it in perspective, somebody who's running for MP or MPP, so to be a provincial or federal representative, they actually run, because the Oshawa riding actually has a cap up on Taunton Road, and then north of there is in a different riding. They, with party support, run in a smaller geographic area and smaller population than a single individual independent city councillor candidate who doesn't have all of that behind them as well to help them in doing that job to run. So I was trying to reach the entire city, and it was, there was so much noise to be able to try to cut through that was such a challenge. And for a voter it was also a challenge. How do I look at a ballot with literally 65 names on it when you include the mayoral race, the regional, the city councillors, your trustee, and figure out who all these people are so that I can make an informed decision. This time around, and I was just trying to get flyers to the doors, didn't even get to all the doors. This time around, by focusing on a ward, myself and my campaign team, we were actually able to knock on a lot of doors and have a lot of conversations because it was more focused. We didn't have to have that feeling of, panic and dread that we're not even going to get something in people's hands in time for election day. Instead, we did a mix of leaving some flyers, but also knocking on a whole lot of doors and talking to a lot of residents. And that's a better way to do democracy. Actually, speaking with people is a better way to do democracy. So hands down, if I had to pick which, now that I've done both, the ward system is the way to go.
Is there still a lot of confusion over what is a municipal responsibility as opposed to provincial or even federal?
I think so, yeah, and especially here because we're a two-tier municipality in the region of Durham, so even there's that divide between your lower-tier municipalities, the city of Oshawa, in our case, and then the region of Durham. And also explaining to people that they had two choices with the city councilors, which with each ward, right? Because you have a city councilor and then a regional and city councilor. And again, people are very busy these days, and they don't have a lot of time to research that stuff. So
I'm going to stop you there. We need to take a quick break. We'll be back shortly. More of our conversation with Derek Giberson.
O'clock?
No, I told you 7:30. I'm gonna take it home.
The following program is brought to you by Rogers Anyplace TV. Enjoy exclusive content for free. Visit RogersAnyplaceTV.com.
At St. John Ambulance,
I
we're
can put
all
my
about
hand down
you.
for a sec.
We teach life-saving skills and provide community support.